Welcome to the independence decision-making process, the job interview. This thread is fairly straightforward. In this thread, I approach the entire election as if I would hire a C-level position for a company. After all, every Joe Blow has to go through a job interview when applying for a new job, so why shouldn't that be appropriate with regard to the presidency of the United States? After all, it's the most important job in the world, so therefore, let's assess these candidates based upon standard basic business principles. First, when you hire for a job of that kind of magnitude, you probably think about the challenges we face, then derive a job profile, and then you look at the material, the resume, track record, accomplishments, and so on of the candidates with regard to this job profile. And the one who matches the profile the best usually gets the job, right? Okay. Let's start with the challenges. We are, with the United States, the company United States Incorporated, in a situation where we on foreign policy are facing a reactionary Russia, with the invasion in Georgia painfully demonstrated, needs obviously a very, very careful leader. We are looking at the Iraq war, which needs to be brought to a close, but in the right manner, in the right way, and as quickly as possible. We're looking at Afghanistan, where we are engaged, and obviously also Al-Qaeda, which is hunkered down in the tribal areas of Pakistan. Another issue we need to address, global fanatic Islamism. Having said that, obviously the situation in Iran certainly requires our attention, as these guys are away maybe 2 to 5 years away from a nuclear bomb, and that may very well force Israel to a preventive strike, with huge implications on the United States as well as on the entire Western free world. On the domestic front, we are seeing challenges like never before. We have an energy challenge. I would call that a complete overhaul of our entire thinking with regard to energy and how we power this economy. The economy is in grave danger right now based upon a housing collapse which led to a financial sector crisis, which in turn has its implications on our entire economy. Obviously, the next president will have to address our economy in order to generate new jobs and restart it, turn it around. The next president will have to address a variety of domestic issues, from immigration to education to health care, in addition to what I already mentioned. So we know the challenges. What kind of a person do we need? We certainly need a person with a specific skill set. Leadership experience, executive experience. Person needs to be able to unite a polarized country. The person needs to have an amazing character. I think that person will have to embody all the qualities the American people stand for. A positive view on America, an optimistic view on America, because that person will inspire this country. This person will need to have an enormous amount of toughness, being able to tell the American people the hard truth, even if that hurts him in opinion polls. Alright, so there are grave challenges. We have just about an idea about the character and person we need to fulfill the needs of an executive leader of the free world. Let's start with the resume. Let's look at their resumes in comparison. I think I don't need to lose many words. If you look at their resumes and track record, obviously you have with John McCain a 30-year career in Washington, a person of enormous experience and knowledge about the situation in Washington. And on the other hand, you have a legislator with a very short or rather thin record. resumes do speak for themselves. So I don't need to talk much about those, because on that point Barack Obama simply loses. Let's talk about executive experience. Executive experience is the kind of leadership where you take an executive decision with impact on your people, meaning you hire, fire, and every single one of your decisions trickles down to your people. That's an exec. A legislator is a person who in a back room deliberates bills, legislation, discusses, negotiates, and talks. But certainly doesn't lead an organization. Barack Obama has not led an organization, neither a company nor a business, nor even a Senate subcommittee for a single day. Therefore, he lacks any kind, form, shape, or manner of executive experience. Mccain has led in the military. Mccain has led in Senate subcommittees. So even though he is a legislator as well, at least he's got some executive experience. With Palin, he chose a vice president who actually has executive leadership and the track record of reform and the track record of accomplishments. Palin has led organizations similar to the federal government on a smaller scale, though, therefore has clear executive experience. On executive experience, therefore, Barack Obama and Joe Biden lose once again. They just don't have it. Is it important to you that the next president has proven leadership skills? I'll leave it up to you. It's important to me, though. The next step when assessing candidates in a job interview is their record of accomplishments, a track record. Here again, it's fairly simple. Barack Obama does not have any legislative accomplishments. He authored 2 bills of no significance, but other than that hasn't done anything in the Senate. Whereas John McCain has a track record over 30 years with over 30 authored, implemented, and executed bills, meaning he's worked, and he's worked well. Exceedingly good, according to peers, quote. John McCain has a track record of bipartisanship, meaning that most of his legislation was actually carried in a bipartisan manner. He owns a record of 55%, whereas Obama owns a record of 13%. And the whole thing within 2.5 years. Meaning, if he only voted once with the Republicans or under inclusion of Republicans, he would have significantly changed that percentage. So, in all due respect to Senator Obama, on accomplishments and a track record of accomplishments, he also loses. So when assessing these 2 candidates, very pragmatically and objectively, based upon their resumes, what they have done in the past, their results and accomplishments, what they have achieved in the past, their executive experience and leadership skills, what they actually have managed and led in the past, so we can believe that they can do so again in the future, versus all these grave challenges I mentioned in the beginning, Barack Obama loses. In this thread you find in detail outlined voting records, their actual activities, their actual accomplishments, and I invite you to make up your own mind. Compare those candidates unemotionally, objectively, just as any employer would evaluate various candidates applying for a job with his company. If you do that, the decision will be clear. So the job interview is a topic, to my opinion, John McCain wins by a landslide. Thanks very much.